Oh, I'm exhausted. Welcome back. I hope everyone is well. It's been a minute since I've posted and or talked. A lot has changed, and I don't know why I felt compelled to make a video. I think because it's been a while, and a lot has changed, and I kind of need to acknowledge that in some way. So I'll start with this. I'm really good overall. The semester wrapped up nicely. Did well on all my finals, ended with good grades. I feel really good about where I'm at academically. I feel like I'm getting to a point in all of my classes where I'm very confident with what a college class is like, and sort of feeling like I'm now outgrowing a lot of my classes, which I think is a really good thing because I want to get a graduate degree or JD. And I think if I was feeling like the classes were still hard, then that would be kind of a problem. So yeah, it was a good semester. Also socially, I feel like this semester was really good. My friendships were really strong. My living situation was good. I think my mental health and my confidence in my own abilities was the most developed it's been thus far at college. I feel like I've kind of chilled out on a lot of my career and academic anxieties, which is very needed. Been a stressor of mine for a very long time. I feel like I'm in a good spot. So I ended my semester in early May, and the next day I had to move out of my dorm, and I moved into a new apartment with my best friend in DC, and it's been great. I'm in a great spot now, location-wise. I'm kind of more downtown, and it's also beautiful. I feel like I've done a good job decorating my space, and also our living space is nice. I got all of my furniture off Facebook Marketplace. It was all cheap. All my friends are also in DC this summer, which is great. Yeah, I got back actually last Thursday, so I've only been back 5 days, but I'm excited. This is my first summer staying in DC, but I think it'll be a good one. In terms of what I'm doing this summer, I got a grant from my university to do research, to be a research assistant, which is great. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's related to political science, policy, although it's a certain, I don't know if I want to talk about specifics, but it's kind of a branch of public policy that I haven't really explored. It's a lot more technical, a lot more focused on public administration, and there's a lot of jargon that's coming with that, and it's a lot of reading, and it's a lot of work every week, and it's definitely a change of pace, because I feel like I can read a basic or just a solid political science article, academic journal, and understand it, digest it, and work with it pretty quickly. However, this project is all public administration stuff, so it's a lot of jargon and language and semantics that I'm really having trouble wrapping my head around. But it's a good learning experience for sure, and it's going pretty good, I'd say. So I'm doing that for 20 hours a week, and then I'm also working at a coffee shop just to make some extra cash. Just started there. Should be chill. Working at a coffee shop it's on the easier end of jobs I've done. I've been a line cook before, which was a lot more work. So, and also a dishwasher I've been. So this seems to be kind of on the easier side. But yeah, that's kind of it. In terms of practical life stuff, that's kind of where I am at. I went home, like I said, I went home earlier this month, or actually last month. It's already June, but I went home after I'd moved everything, did all of that, moved in, unloaded, etc. And it was weird being home. Being home for those 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, was the furthest remove I've felt from my house, my hometown, and the person I used to be in that town, I guess. Or I don't like to say person I used to be, because I'm the same person, and I've gone through just multiple layers of progression and development in terms of my life. However, kind of on a face value thing, I feel I was very removed from a lot of those past experiences in a way that I hadn't been prior. And also, when I got home from Copenhagen, I was actually only home for a total of 2.5 weeks as well. So throughout the past fall and spring semesters, I've been home for maybe 4 weeks out of the past 9 or 10 months. So maybe that's why. I also feel way more like an adult. Worked a 9-to-5 last spring, traveled to Europe the semester before. I went on multiple trips this semester. I'm progressing in career aspects. Like, I feel like I'm kind of working towards a job after I graduate. It's also weird because like not many of my friends were home either, so I was kind of only hanging out with two people. I feel like I have more connections now in DC and like more aspects of my life. Like my barber is in DC now, my doctor's in DC now. Like all of my important, things are in the city. And back home, it's like I'm home, I'm in my childhood bedroom, I'm going to the same cafes, thrifting, I'm doing kind of all the same stuff. It doesn't feel like I'm like home again, And that's the first time it's ever felt like that. Like by the end of it, I was kind of like, I want to get back to DC. I feel more comfortable there. I feel more like I'm at home there. And it didn't scare me that I thought like that either. I kind of was like, this is genuinely like a very good thing. This means I'm growing up. This means I'm growing more confident. I'm secure in my friendships in DC. Secure in my future. I'm secure fiscally, secure in my education. I'm secure in myself enough to not feel like I need to rely on other people. Like I feel like when you're growing up, particularly in high school, you're relying on parents for approval, for validation, for security. Now I feel like emotionally I'm able to self-soothe in a lot of ways that I hadn't been able to in high school. And I think a lot of that is contingent on the fact that I'm like 6-7 hours away from home, and I've been, DC's like far from where I grew up, but I've lived here and I've studied here and it's been far. And I think that, it was hard to do all of that. It was hard to like grow on my own and like formulate my own community, find people that I rely on, trust people, grow, become more confident. And I had to do that alone, and I had to like kind of like start over in some ways. And if I'd gone to like a school that was closer where I could like go home on the weekends, I wouldn't have been able to grow up as quick, I feel, and grow up in like a good way, like know how to structure my days, know how to provide for myself, be self-motivated to do things. So yeah, I think that this growth, my feeling of removal from my hometown, my house, is a very, very, very good thing. And that doesn't mean like I love my parents or my house or my hometown even less. I think it just means that like I fully understand that I can live and exist on my own, that I have opportunities outside of that town. And yeah, I have a lot of momentum right now. These days, like this semester, I felt very motivated, felt fulfilled, and I don't want to lose that. I journal every day. I've been reading nonstop. I think I've read like 25 books, maybe 20. I think I've read, I could probably count. I don't have Goodreads, but I could count. I would say probably around 20 books I've read so far this year, which is a record for me. I've never been like I like reading. I've always liked reading, but I've never been like a book binger. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like any desire or like want to, spend a day on my phone or rot in bed. I see that as inspiration. I see that as fulfillment in my life. Yeah, I don't want to lose that. I'm kind of worried my schedule will do that to me. Today, I've actually felt pretty low on momentum. It's kind of ironic that I'm talking about that, but I worked from 7 a.m. to like noon, and I've been like struggling to do my research all afternoon in bed, and it's been challenging. I've been getting distracted, and that's okay. However, generally, I feel like I have a lot of momentum in my life, and I feel motivated, and I feel excited, and I feel largely content with most of the things in my life. Yes, I'm eating good, I'm working out, making money, I'm doing something to benefit my opportunities at succeeding after I graduate. I'm maintaining my friendships. Yes, I feel good. And these like, these physical things like doing well for my careers and all that's important. However, I feel like it signals a sense of motivation and excitement and prosperity that is important. So I think that's it. I will be back at some point. I don't know. I have a lot of like fun stuff happening in my life. It's not all just, work and etc. I feel like I seldom film my DC life. I don't really introduced you to my DC friendships, routine, etc. I think that's kind of how I'd like it to remain. Maybe. I think, you know, you might get windows here and there, but I don't think I'm gonna dive back into like vlog style content. Maybe I will. Who knows? I don't want to limit myself. Whatever I'm feeling inspired to do, I will probably do. So, okay, I'm rambling. I'm like straight up rambling. This is what happens when I don't have an outline of what I want to say. Time to get back to it. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you later. Yeah.